Newton, Iowa, which is a nice little town in the US Midwestern heartland. There was a city council meeting, and people get to speak up and go to city council meetings and address certain things. But a 22-year-old Newton man, there he was arrested after criticizing the city government and the police department at a city council meeting on Monday. And here is the video of this exchange. Watch.
My 3-minute period to voice my criticisms about the government. Yes, and I have 3 minutes to give the government some criticism. Okay, I'm not leaving until, are my 3 minutes up?
He's told you to leave.
I'm not leaving.
Okay. Do you want to be arrested?
Sure, arrest me.
Okay. Make sure you're
arrest me for speaking my First Amendment rights. Go ahead. Should be ashamed of yourselves.
Is named Noah Petersen. He was arrested for disorderly conduct and transported to the county jail. So why was he arrested? Well, Petersen called for the city to defund the Newton Police Department, saying it is a violent civil and human rights violating organization that does not make the community safer. He also claimed the department is pro-domestic abuse for employing a domestic abuser. At the time of the city council meeting, Newton Mayor Mike Hansen, he slammed the gavel and said that Petersen, who was bringing these issues up, was out of order. Despite Petersen's protest, Hansen called on the Newton police chief, Rob Burtis, to escort him from the council chambers inside City Hall. Hansen said Petersen was violating the rules of the city council meeting. Now, at every city council meeting, the mayor allows citizens to address the council on matters included in the consent agenda or a matter that is not on the regular agenda. When recognized by the mayor, each person is given 3 minutes to speak. However, Petersen had only spoken for a minute before the mayor cut him off. The mayor said his 3 minutes had ceased and that he violated the rules. The city requires comments or questions during the citizen participation phase they said they must be related to city policies or the provision of city services and shall not include derogatory statements or comments about any individual. Petersen's comments referenced a specific officer, but did not outwardly call the officer by name. Let's put up a picture of both the police chief and the mayor, and there they are. Again, this was a battle in which you had the mayor was sticking up for the police. Well, you had the mayor sticking up for the police chief. The mayor didn't want this activist to speak out and criticize the police department. So the mayor, I suppose, used his authority that he has at city council meetings to control the agenda and asked the police chief to go ahead and remove the man. A little bit of background on Petersen's claim of domestic violence. The comment in particular was referring to the specific officer, Officer Nathan Winter. He has a protective no contact order placed on him. The order was put in place because of a civil domestic abuse case with Winter's former girlfriend. However, the order has ended as an added stipulation agreed upon by the former girlfriend that allows Winters to conduct official police business. The order has since been extended and is still in place. But again, the activist never mentioned the police officer by name. He just started hinting at it, and that triggered the mayor, who then triggered the police chief. Dan, it does seem like look, we've got freedom of speech, but if a city council wants to define its own limits, is it fair to do so?
I think if you see, especially since it's on video, I don't think it's fair to do so because it's a government entity and they have to defend that right because the federal constitution obviously trumps whatever kangaroo court the mayor's trying to do there. But especially it's important that all this stuff is on video and all of it's documented. Look, you have cranks in local civic council meetings saying whatever they want to, and oftentimes it's not true anyways. They have a right to say it. It's not held to the exact same standard of journalism or whatever. And of course you can still be held for libel or slander by saying certain things that are incorrect in a public place. The issue is this guy was correct. This guy was talking about things that are actually true about this officer who actually had these allegations against him and this civic domestic abuse case that was actually ongoing. So in this instance here, what the guy was saying was a fair point. It just made power uncomfortable. So when people are making these free speech arguments, be careful to pay attention to what argument they're making that on behalf of, because you will see very few of those free speech warriors who are usually making a muck about left-wingers on college campuses defending this guy, because this message is against the powerful and it's against the police.
Well, the irony is that if the police and the powerful in Newton, Iowa did not want any of this to be mentioned, they did the absolute worst thing, because by kicking out this activist on video, and this has gone viral, and so now they're, instead of just people in Newton having a discussion about police and whether there's a domestic abuser and what should be done about it, now you've got literally hundreds of thousands of people across the United States. We're also talking about, oh yeah, the Newton Police Department in Iowa, they have a domestic abuser, and now they also have a mayor who doesn't like free speech, who's afraid to have anybody even talk about it at a city council meeting. And so to me, this looks far worse than if the mayor had just kept his mouth shut, let the 3 minutes expire, pretend as if the activist wasn't even there and moved on. That would have muted this, but instead he now has everybody talking about it.
The old Streisand effect works every time.